Imagine this. You walk past a boutique with a 2-year wait list, and the exact bag you've been dreaming about is suddenly just returned in your color and your size. Or you wake up to an email inviting you to a sold-out event that people have been trying to get into for months. Front row, VIP access, your name on the list as if it's always belonged there. No begging, no chasing, no who do I have to know to get in. Somehow, the doors that stay closed for everyone else quietly swing open for you. Most people think that kind of life is reserved for celebrities, trust fund babies, or the ultra-connected. They think luxury is about luck, lineage, or how recklessly you're willing to swipe your card. But what if sold-out luxury, private events, and VIP treatment weren't actually about who you were born as, but about the energy you're choosing to embody right now? In this video, I'm going to show you how to energetically align with sold-out luxury brands and VIP experiences so they start gravitating toward you. We're not talking about faking it on Instagram, going into debt to look rich, or forcing yourself into spaces where you feel like an imposter. I'm talking about becoming the version of you for whom luxury and first-class treatment are the default setting, not the once-in-a-lifetime miracle. Stay with me, because as you watch this, we're going to shift the way you see yourself, your environment, and the way opportunities show up for you. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear framework to call in the luxury items everyone says are impossible to get, and the VIP rooms people swear are only for certain people. And just so we're clear, this is not about entitlement, it's about alignment. When you understand how to tune your frequency to the language luxury responds to, you stop fighting for scraps and start getting invited to the table. Or better yet, you become the one setting the table. Welcome to the channel where luxury, abundance, and manifestation stop being mood boards and start becoming your actual life. I help you step into the version of yourself who doesn't just watch other people live the soft life, first-class, VIP reality. You become the one it naturally happens to. On this channel, we don't worship hustle, we don't glorify burnout, and we definitely don't chase after things that don't want us. Instead, we create a reality where luxury brands, elevated experiences, and once-in-a-lifetime opportunities feel normal, available, and inevitable for you. We marry the energy of manifestation with the aesthetic of high-end living, because your spiritual life and your luxurious life are allowed to be the same life. So if you're interested in manifesting the kind of days that look like slipping into pieces that usually have a wait list, getting unexpected upgrades, receiving invitations that make your past self scream, you're absolutely in the right place. Around here, we talk about identity work, frequency, and wealth consciousness, but we also make it tangible: how you dress, where you go, what you tolerate, and how you show up in every space you enter. Take a second, hit subscribe, and turn on the bell, because each video is designed to shift you deeper into your luxury timeline, the reality where you're not on the outside looking in. You're the one everyone wonders, how does she always get access to that? In this video specifically, we're focusing on manifesting sold-out luxury brands and VIP experiences, not from a place of forcing and scrambling, but from alignment, certainty, and ease. So settle in, stay present, and let this be your reminder: you're not here to admire luxury from a distance, you're here to embody it. Now, let's break down how this actually works, starting with the way you've been taught to think about luxury and sold out. Let's start by rewriting the story you've been told about luxury and sold out. Most of us grew up believing that when something is sold out, it simply means not for you, you missed it, you're too late. Luxury drops sell out in minutes, front row seats disappear before they even seem to go on sale. VIP lists feel like secret societies you're not invited to. And over time, that repetition creates a quiet, painful belief: those things are for other people. People with the right last name, the right connections, the right bank balance. Everyone else is supposed to admire from the outside and be realistic. But here's the truth I want you to start playing with. Sold out is not a cosmic rejection. It's not a sign that you're lesser, unworthy, or unlucky. Sold out simply means there is high demand for something desirable, and right now, you've been trained to see that as exclusion instead of invitation. Because when you're operating in a scarcity mindset, you look at a sold-out bag, a fully booked event, or a closed guest list, and your brain says, "See, I knew it. This isn't for people like me." You shrink your desires down to what seems available, what seems safe. You settle for the dupe, the almost good enough trip, the seat in the back, the role of spectator instead of participant. I want to flip that completely. Luxury is not a moral reward for the chosen few. Luxury is a frequency, a way of relating to yourself, to money, to beauty, and to possibility. The same way some people seem to always get invited, always get upgraded, always somehow access what's waitlisted, it's not random, it's resonance. They carry the energy of course there's a way in for me. And reality bends around that expectation. Today, I want you to release the idea that because something is sold out, the story ends there. What if that label simply means the standard path is full, but there's a more elegant, aligned path just for you? What if luxury brands, exclusive rooms, and VIP experiences are not telling you no? They're asking, can you rise to the identity that belongs here? In this video, we're going to treat luxury and VIP access as energetic frequencies you can tune into, not as locked doors with someone else holding the key. When you shift out of "I'm not allowed in" and into "I'm the kind of person these opportunities are reserved for," everything changes. How you walk into a room, how you send an email, how you speak to yourself when you see something you desire. So, as we move into the next section, I want you to hold this reframe. Luxury is not about chasing what's scarce, it's about becoming so aligned with your own worth and refinement that what's rare becomes naturally available to you. From that place, sold out stops being a wall and starts becoming an invitation to step into a higher version of yourself. Before you can manifest the sold-out bag, the private show, or the VIP list, you have to manifest the you who naturally belongs there. That's what I call your luxury identity, the energetic and behavioral blueprint of the version of you for whom luxury access is normal, not a shocking exception. Most people try to skip this part. They want the item, the invite, the upgrade, but they're still seeing themselves as the girl who's lucky if it happens, who's probably not the type to be chosen, who feels like a guest in her own dreams. That mismatch between who you think you are and what you're asking for is exactly why manifestations feel slow or inconsistent. So, let's shift that. Close your eyes for a moment, unless you're multitasking, then just visualize with me. Imagine the highest, most elevated version of you, the one who is somehow always on the list, the one who gets the call back, the personal shopper email, the "we had one last spot open, would you like it?" message. Who is she? How does she carry herself when she walks into a store, a hotel lobby, an airport lounge? How does she speak to staff, to friends, to herself? Is her energy apologetic and hesitant, or grounded, warm, and certain that she belongs wherever she chooses to be? Notice that. That is your luxury identity beginning to reveal itself. Now look at the details. How does she dress? Not necessarily in terms of price tags, but in terms of intentionality. Does she throw things together in a rush, or does every outfit feel like a conscious yes? How does she start her mornings? Does she roll out of bed in chaos, or does she give herself 5 extra minutes to move slowly, to choose a scent, to put on jewelry, to signal to herself, "I am worth being seen"? Your first step is to start bridging the gap between who you've been on autopilot and this luxury version of you. Ask yourself a few powerful questions, and if you can, actually write these down after this video. If I fully believed I was the kind of person who naturally attracts VIP experiences, how would I move through my day? What would I stop tolerating from my schedule, my environment, my relationships? What is one small way I can upgrade how I treat myself today without spending a fortune? This is not about running out to buy a whole new wardrobe or pretending to be something you're not. It's about micro upgrades that signal a new standard. Maybe it's choosing one elevated outfit instead of defaulting to whatever. Maybe it's deciding you will no longer speak about yourself in a self-deprecating way. Maybe it's organizing your vanity or closet so getting ready feels like a boutique experience, not a chore. When you consistently act as the person who is already on the inside of the luxury world, calm, confident, discerning, life starts reflecting that identity back to you. The email, the invitation, the "we just had a cancellation, are you interested?" moment doesn't feel random, it feels confirmation. Your luxury identity comes first. The sold-out item, the VIP access, the front row seat are just the physical proof of who you've already decided to become. Your identity sets the tone, but your environment keeps playing it on repeat. You can do all the visualization in the world, but if you wake up every day in a space that screams chaos, lack, and leftovers, your nervous system is still being trained to expect more of the same. To manifest luxury and VIP experiences, your surroundings need to start whispering, "Of course you belong in beautiful places. Look around, you already do." Think of your environment as a tuning fork. Every object, every corner, every habit is sending a subtle message about what you believe you deserve. A chipped mug you hate but still use, clothes piled on a chair, random clutter on every surface. None of this makes you a bad person, but it does anchor you in good enough instead of exquisite is my standard. Luxury is detail-oriented. It lives in the way a room feels, the way a glass sits in your hand, the way your space holds you. This doesn't mean you need a penthouse tomorrow. It means you begin elevating what you already have to match the frequency you're calling in. Ask yourself, if someone walked into my home or my bedroom with zero context, would they say, "Oh, she values quality, she's intentional, she treats herself like someone important"? Or would they feel rushed, neglected energy, the vibe of someone who's always waiting for later to live beautifully? Start small and specific. Swap one everyday item for a more elevated version. Your water glass, your pillowcase, your robe, your candle. Choose pieces that feel hotel level, even if they're affordable. Curate a luxury corner, a tray with your perfume, jewelry, a beautiful book, a candle, a mini altar to the life you're stepping into. Clear visual noise. Declutter the surfaces you see first thing in the morning, your nightstand, your bathroom counter, your desk. Let them breathe. This isn't superficial. When you consistently interact with objects and spaces that feel considered, your subconscious starts to accept, "I am the kind of person who is surrounded by beauty and quality." From there, walking into an actual luxury store or VIP event doesn't feel like entering a different universe. It feels like a natural extension of how you already live and treat yourself. Now connect this to sold-out brands and exclusive experiences. Luxury brands are built on narrative and atmosphere. VIP rooms are curated environments. When your own space carries that same energy, orderly, intentional, aesthetically pleasing, you become a match for those worlds. You're no longer the outsider peeking in. You're someone whose life already mirrors the values those brands stand for. So your invitation here is simple. Choose one environmental upgrade you can implement today. Maybe it's organizing your closet like a boutique. Maybe it's finally replacing the things you secretly resent using. Maybe it's creating a nightly ritual with soft lighting and music instead of scrolling in the dark. Each small shift is you broadcasting a new signal. Excellence is my norm. And that's exactly the frequency that luxury, invitations, and VIP experiences love to respond to. Now that your identity and environment are starting to match luxury, we're going to layer in something powerful and very specific to sold-out items and VIP experiences, the energetic reservation technique. Think about how effortless it feels to reserve a table at a restaurant. You call, you give your name, you pick a time, and then you go live your life. You're not obsessively calling them every 5 minutes asking, "Is my table still there? Are you sure?" You just know that when you arrive, a space has been held for you. You can do the exact same thing energetically with luxury items and experiences. Instead of staring at the sold-out label and shrinking, you're going to treat it as a sign that the standard path is full, but your personal reservation is already in the works. Here's how to do it, step by step. Step 1. Get exquisitely specific. Vague desires create vague results. Don't just say, "I want a designer bag," or "I want VIP treatment." Decide. Is it a weekend in a specific 5-star hotel? Feel the difference between a nice trip and 3 nights at the Four Seasons in Paris, Eiffel Tower view, breakfast in bed. Write it down like an actual reservation. Reservation under your name for exact item/experience, date in divine perfect timing within the next months. Step 2. Visualize the confirmation, not the longing. Most people visualize from lack. They picture what they want and feel the gap. You're going to visualize from inevitability. Close your eyes and see the confirmation email in your inbox. See, your order is ready for pickup. Your name has been added to the list. We're excited to welcome you. Hear the sound of the notification. Picture yourself opening the message and smiling because you were already expecting it. Then move into the scene itself. The weight of the bag on your arm, the texture of the leather, the lighting in the VIP room, the way the staff greets you by name, the way the key card feels in your hand as you open that hotel room door. Make it sensory, not fantasy. Step 3. Anchor the feeling of calm certainty. The magic here is not the picture, it's the emotion. Ask yourself, how would I feel if this were already locked in for me? There might be excitement, but underneath there's calm, relief, a deep, of course. Let that feeling spread through your body. Relaxed shoulders, slower breathing, a tiny inner smile. This is your energetic reservation being placed. You're rehearsing the reality where it's done. From this state, start behaving accordingly in tiny ways. Maybe you clear a space in your closet for that bag. Maybe you start a VIP experiences savings envelope. Maybe you learn about the brand or event the way someone would if they were already going. These are micro actions that tell the universe, I'm ready to receive. Step 4. Release the how, hold the knowing. Your job is not to dictate how it shows up, whether it's a last-minute cancellation, a private sale, a friend's connection, an upgrade at check-in. Your job is to maintain the energetic stance of someone whose name is already on the list. Every time you're tempted to think, what if it never happens? Gently come back to, my reservation is already placed. I'll be notified at the perfect time. This is the energetic reservation technique. Decide, confirm it mentally and emotionally, prepare to receive, and then move through your life as if it's a matter of when, not if. From that place, the unexpected DM, email, or opportunity isn't a miracle, it's simply your reservation being called. You've placed your energetic reservation, now you have to allow the universe to seat you. And this is where most people block their own luxury experiences. They decide there is only one acceptable way for it to happen. I have to buy it directly from the boutique at full price. I have to be personally invited by the brand. I have to have X amount of money before I can even think about that hotel or that flight. When you decide in advance how it must look, you slam the door on the countless other ways it could effortlessly arrive. Luxury does not only come through your bank account. It comes through people, timing, cancellations, upgrades, quiet opportunities, and last-minute openings. And your job is not to control them, but to stay open to them. So from this point on, I want you to adopt a new belief. I am open to unconventional access. What does that look like in practice? It means you're willing to follow intuitive nudges that don't immediately make sense. Maybe you feel pulled to attend a smaller, less flashy event, and there you meet someone who casually says, "I can add you to the list for that launch party next month." Maybe you start a friendly conversation with a sales associate, and over time, you become the client they think of when a sold-out piece is quietly restocked. It might look like saying yes to a trip you didn't plan, a date change you didn't expect, or an invitation that arrives at the very last minute. It might look like joining a waiting list you would usually ignore because it's probably full anyway, and then watching how a spot opens just in time. Unconventional access can also be creative. Renting or borrowing a piece for a special night and treating that experience as real luxury, not just temporary. Attending a brand's smaller, more intimate events rather than obsessing only over the big public ones. Partnering, collaborating, or offering value to people and spaces you genuinely admire instead of passively wishing you were included. The key here is your energy when you engage with these possibilities. Not desperate, not please pick me, but grounded, curious, and certain that there are 1,000 ways for luxury to reach you. So when an opportunity crosses your path that feels slightly adjacent to your desire, maybe not the exact hotel, not the exact show, not the exact seat, pause before you dismiss it. Ask yourself, could this be a stepping stone? Could this be the side door? Many people reject their entry point because it doesn't look like the final picture in their head. From now on, I want you to move through your days with this inner mantra. I am always being positioned for access in ways I can see and ways I can't. You stay loyal to the vision, but you stay flexible with the route. That's what it means to be open to unconventional access. This is how last-minute cancellations become your invitations, how sold out turns into we just had a spot open up for you, and how your luxury timeline can accelerate far beyond what your logical mind thinks is possible. We've tuned your identity, refined your environment, placed your energetic reservation, and opened you up to unconventional access. Now we lock it in with one of the most underrated and most magnetic frequencies there is: gratitude in advance. Gratitude before something arrives is not pretending. It's not forcing yourself to be positive. It's you stepping into the timeline where what you desire is already yours and emotionally living there now. This is one of the fastest ways to collapse the gap between I want it and I have it. Most people do the opposite. They say, I'll be grateful when I finally get the bag, when I'm in the VIP lounge, when I'm on that yacht, when I see my name on that guest list. Until then, their energy is low-key frustration, comparison, and why not me yet? That frequency repels luxury. It says, I don't trust that it's coming. I'll believe it when I see it. Luxury, on the other hand, responds beautifully to calm, appreciative receivers. So here's what I want you to practice. Gratitude as if it's already done. Imagine, for a moment, that the thing you want most right now has already manifested. You've unboxed the piece. You've stayed at the hotel. You've posted, or not posted, the experience. And now you're back home, remembering how good it felt. From that future moment, what would you say? You wouldn't say, "I hope it happens." You'd say, "I'm so glad it worked out. That timing was perfect. I can't believe how smoothly that came together." There's a relaxed smile in that memory. There's an exhale. Bring that energy into this moment. Take 30 seconds, literally right after this video, or even now if you can, and speak or think your gratitude in the past tense, as if it already happened. Thank you for the perfect timing that brought me that brand item. Thank you for the effortless upgrade. Thank you for the way that invitation found me. Thank you for the way I felt so at home in that space. Thank you for showing me that luxury really is my new normal. Feel what shifts in your body as you do that. It softens. You move out of chasing and into receiving. This is powerful for two reasons. First, your subconscious can't tell the difference between a vividly imagined experience and a physical one. When you bathe it in gratitude for something, it starts looking for ways to make that story true. And second, gratitude pulls you out of "I don't have" and anchors you in "I am supported." And that is the real currency of a luxury life. Not just money, but a deep sense that life is conspiring with you, not against you. You can turn this into a simple daily ritual. Before bed or with your morning coffee, pick one luxury item or experience you're calling in and thank the universe for it as though you're reminiscing. Do it for a minute. Feel it. Don't force it. If you can't access full belief, soften it to, "I love how this is already in motion for me. I love how this is finding its way to me." Remember, luxury does not chase, it's invited. Gratitude in advance is your invitation, a clear, calm signal that says, "I'm ready, I'm open, and I already know how good this will feel." From that state, doors open faster, synchronicities line up easier, and when the manifestation lands, it feels like a natural next chapter, not a rare stroke of luck you're afraid will never repeat. Let me bring this to life with a story, because it's one thing to hear these concepts and another to see how they play out in the real world. A while ago, I became obsessed with a very specific luxury piece, not just a nice bag, but the bag, the exact brand, model, color, hardware, the one everyone online was calling impossible, waitlisted for years, don't even bother asking. Now, old me would have taken that as a hard no. I would have shrugged, settled for something else, told myself maybe one day. But instead, I decided to treat this as my experiment. First, I stepped into my luxury identity. I asked, if I were already the kind of person who just somehow ends up with sold-out pieces, how would I approach this? I wouldn't be begging, DMing every store in panic, or spiraling on forums. I'd be calm, clear, certain there was a way. So I wrote it down like a reservation. Reservation under your name, date in perfect timing within the next 6 months. Then I upgraded my environment to reflect that version of me. I organized my closet as if that bag was absolutely going to live there. I cleared a space on the shelf where I imagined it would sit, created a little display area, and treated my existing pieces with the same care I knew I'd give to that one. No more tossing things around like they were just whatever. I acted like a curator, not a collector. Next, I used the energetic reservation technique. I'd visualize the confirmation, not the longing. I'd sit for a few minutes and imagine the moment a sales associate called or emailed me. "Hi, we just had something come in. It's very limited, but we thought of you." I saw myself walking into the boutique, feeling calm and excited, not like I was being tested. I felt the weight of the bag in my hands, the smell of the leather, the exact mirror I'd stand in front of, and I practiced the feeling of course, this was always coming. And then I opened up to unconventional access. Instead of obsessing over the one flagship store everyone talks about, I was friendly and genuine with a sales associate at a smaller location. I didn't bombard her with requests. I just showed up as my luxury self, kind, respectful, clear about what I loved, and not frantic about getting it right now. I also stayed open to the idea that it might come through resale, a private client, a friend's connection, or a different city. I never locked into "it has to be this way." My only non-negotiable was the feeling. It had to feel aligned, clean, and exciting. And then I layered in gratitude in advance. Every night, I'd spend a minute saying, "Thank you for how effortlessly that bag found me. Thank you for the timing being even better than I could have planned. Thank you for the way it felt like it was meant for me." About 2 months later, I got a message. That same associate at that unlikely boutique wrote, "There had been a rare shipment, one piece in the exact model you'd asked about. Not only that, the color and hardware combination were the exact ones I had written down. She said, I immediately thought of you. If you want it, it's yours." No list, no begging, no years-long wait. Walking in to pick it up, I didn't feel shocked. I felt aligned. It was surreal and completely natural at the same time, because I had already lived the moment energetically so many times. The sold-out, impossible label had dissolved the moment I stopped agreeing with it and chose a different identity, environment, and frequency. This is what I want you to understand. The steps we've talked about are not just pretty ideas. They are a way of moving through the world that quietly rearranges what becomes available to you. The luxury item or VIP experience is just the visible tip of a much deeper shift, you becoming someone for whom access, beauty, and abundance are the norm. And if that can happen with something everyone swore was unattainable, imagine what becomes possible when you apply this to your travel, your relationships, your money, your entire lifestyle. Let's weave everything together so you can actually live this, not just hear it. You've just learned a full framework for manifesting sold-out luxury brands and VIP experiences, and it all starts from the inside out. First, you began shifting your beliefs about luxury and sold out. Instead of treating sold out as a rejection or a reminder that people like you don't get in, you reframed it as a sign of high demand and an invitation to rise into the identity that belongs in those spaces. Luxury stopped being a locked world and became a frequency you can align with. Then you tapped into your luxury identity, the version of you who is naturally on the list, thought of first and always somehow in the right room. You explored how that version of you walks, speaks, makes decisions, and treats herself, and you started integrating that through small, intentional upgrades in your behavior and self-image. Next, you aligned your environment. You stopped waiting for a future penthouse to start living beautifully and began elevating what's already around you, decluttering, curating, upgrading small details so your space whispers, "Excellence and beauty are my standard." From there, you learned the energetic reservation technique, getting specific about what you desire, visualizing the confirmation instead of the lack, anchoring the feeling of calm inevitability, and preparing to receive it in your real life. You opened yourself up to unconventional access, releasing the idea that there's only one legitimate path. Instead, you chose to believe there are countless ways luxury can reach you, through people, timing, cancellations, creative routes, and intuitive nudges. And finally, you locked everything in with gratitude in advance, thanking the universe as if it's already done, shifting from "I hope" to "I'm so glad this worked out for me," and stepping into the energy of a calm, confident receiver. To make this real, choose one luxury item or VIP experience you're calling in right now. Be specific, not a nice bag, but which bag, not travel, but where and how. This isn't just engagement, it's an energetic declaration. When you put it in writing, you move it from someday fantasy into this is my intention. If this video activated something in you, if you felt yourself stepping into that higher, more luxurious version of you, go ahead and subscribe and turn on notifications. This channel is designed to keep you in that frequency, so manifestation and luxury become your normal, not your escape. And don't stop here. If you're ready to go deeper into this world, watch my next video on how to manifest luxury travel and first-class upgrades, or quantum leaping into your richest self. In that video, we'll take these principles and apply them directly to your lifestyle, so your entire reality starts to feel like a VIP experience. Remember, the more you surround yourself with this energy, through what you watch, what you say, and how you live, the faster your desires stop feeling out of reach and start feeling inevitable. So, 1. Comment your luxury manifestation below. 2. Hit subscribe to stay in this frequency. 3. Click over to the next video and keep walking into your luxury timeline. Your new level is already waiting. All you have to do is say yes to it. Take a breath and really feel where you are right now versus where you're headed. You're not just dreaming about luxury anymore. You're learning to embody it. Every choice you make after this video, from how you pour your coffee to how you speak about your desires, is either matching that luxury timeline or moving you away from it. And you're here, which tells me you're ready to step in fully. As you close this video, let this be your final reminder for today. Luxury isn't a distant lifestyle reserved for them. It's a frequency you tune into, moment by moment, until life has no choice but to reflect it back to you. Thank you for spending this time upgrading your reality with me. I'll see you in the next video, where we take your manifestation and your luxury standards even higher. Until then, walk like you belong, treat your life like it's already exquisite, and remember, your VIP reality is not a question, it's a decision.